Hey everyone, welcome. It's Jonathan Trowan here. Today I wanted to talk to you about dating yourself. This came up in an episode of Soldemic. I started this little online series with Carol Gino and Carol Benayos called Soldemic. You can search on Facebook Soldemic, and you can find that group, and we post our video episodes. And something came up in our last episode, our last conversation. I think it was Carol Benayos that brought it up about dating yourself. And it really struck me. It was really such a powerful idea because most of us have put on these masks, and we've built up all these layers of masks based on what we were taught when we were young, when we were in school, when we had to figure out how to fit into our work environments. And we just have a whole pile of masks on. Sometimes we switch them out one for another. And it's like we don't even know who we are anymore. Right? You ever just wake up and go, I don't know who I am anymore? I've certainly said that in the past. And I hear people say it all the time. I don't know who I am anymore. It's because you've covered yourself up so much that you've lost who you are. So it's time to find out who you are so that can come to the surface. And what do we do on dates? What do we do on dates? We seek to meet someone and we want to find out about them. So we begin asking all these questions. And it starts off, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite ice cream? Favorite movie? Favorite trip? Or favorite trip you want to take? Things like that. But eventually, if it's a good date, you get into some of the meat of it. What's important to you? What you care about? What do you want from your life? Who do you want to be a part of your life? How do you want to interact and be with other people and show up in the world and help and affect other people? And these are the questions we need to begin to ask ourselves, really ask ourselves. Date ourselves. So sit with yourself. For a half hour. You can have, you want to do the easy out and have someone text you, to check in if you're okay. That's okay too. Sure. It doesn't have to be a 10-hour extravaganza. If you want to do it with a glass of wine, that's certainly fine too. And if it's easier to start off, hey, what's my favorite color? What's my favorite ice cream? Yeah, that's cool. Start there. But begin to get into you. Can you begin to meet yourself again? And do it just by asking questions. Don't make it difficult. Who are you? What do you want people to know about you? And you have to do it as if you're talking to someone else. Don't filter your answers through the what does this person want to hear me say. Filter it through the filter of, if I were with someone and I want to know the truth, I want them to speak the truth. I want to know if this relationship is going to work out. And what is this whole self-love revolution about? It's about creating relationship with yourself. Creating relationship with yourself. So how can you create a relationship with yourself if you don't know who you are? So date yourself. Or have a date with yourself. Although a regular dating rhythm could be good. Some self-reflection, some sitting with you together, holding your hand, hugging yourself. But start with your first date, one date. And ask yourself, think of the questions that would be most important for you to ask someone who you would want to be a significant other, or if you have a significant other, the questions that are most important for you to ask. Think of those first before you go on your date. Right? When we go on a date, we prepare for it. What are we going to say? What will we ask? So prepare first. What questions do you want to ask your date? What do you really want to know about them? And then take those questions, find that honest and truest part of yourself and answer those questions. Write them down if that helps, so you can study them, look at them later. Compare them to another date. You might have some regular dates, but maybe you'll have a date 6 months from now, and you can compare your answers. Are there any changes? People say, hey, people don't change. People do change. And it's okay to change. And if an answer comes out that you really don't like, whoa, I wouldn't want to be with that person, then let's figure out how to change the answer. You can change. You're not connected to your past. You are connected to your past. You're not controlled by your past. You can change. If you don't like an answer, change it. Or if you don't like... The reason I'm re-saying this is, if something happened to you as a child, you can't change that. Or if something happened last week that you don't like, you can't change it. But you can change the effect that it has on you. You can change your attachment to it. You can change the trauma or heal the trauma of it. But you can't know who you are. You can't heal the trauma until you ask the questions and get really serious, really honest with yourself. Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? And if you don't, have a date with yourself and ask the questions so that you can know who you are. And you can show this person to the world. And if there's something you don't like about it, change it or heal it. We can do that too. So that again, you can show up in the world and give everything it is that you have to offer. You are here to share. You are here to connect. You are here to practice kindness with yourself and with others. But it is very difficult to do that if you're just hiding behind all these masks. Because who's giving kindness? This mask or this mask or this mask or this mask? Kindness is from here. You got to get all those masks off. Show it. Show it. It's beautiful. Maybe it has scars. It's still beautiful. If it's the real you, it's beautiful. It's the masks that begin to look fake. Who are you? Who am I? Can you get underneath it all? Can you bring out that person inside of you? Know yourself so that you, the real you, can be shared with others. If this is helpful for you, take it with you. Go on a date with yourself. If you go on a date with yourself, email me or put in a comment or message me. I want to know how it goes. If you want to know more about this, join the Self-Love Revolution. Go to selfloverevolution.com. I'll put a link to our Facebook group as well. You can join our Facebook group and become a part of this revolution of living differently, of living kindly, of living compassionately, of giving of yourself, to others. Thanks for being here. I look forward to hearing about your date. Much love. We'll see you next time. I'm Jonathan Troy.